focused on you.
Happening today, a training exercise at Mid-America Airport in Mascoutah. Starting in about 30 minutes, several agencies will respond to a fictional scenario of an aircraft experiencing a hard landing. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. If you're in the area, expect to see the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. Traffic will also be restricted in the area for the next 4 hours. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is live outside the airport with a preview. Holden?
Well, okay, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be driving by the airport and seeing the large police presence out here. While the events out here at Mid-America are going to look real, there's no need to be alarmed because this is just a drill. In less than 30 minutes, Mid-America will close to the public for a full-scale emergency exercise that's scheduled to last until about 2:30. The exercise will involve an aircraft that has experienced multiple bird strikes and needs to return to the airport, where it will experience a hard landing on the runway, causing structural damage and fire. And emergency response teams will then work quickly to respond. The goal is to communicate critical information and establish a cohesive command structure between the first responders. Now, this training is required every 3 years by the FAA. If everything goes as planned, the airport should reopen to the public by 3 o'clock. Reporting live at Mid-America Airport, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Holden. New at noon, Jamestown Mall in St. Louis County is coming down. It's been sitting empty for nearly a decade. About 2 hours ago, several county and state leaders were on site to mark the start of the demolition. The county is spending $6 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding to pay for it. The state of Missouri will add another $6 million.
This has been a community that has seen this as an eyesore for over a decade. I remember very clearly as a student at Hazelwood Central High School, coming up here as that mall started to diminish and going to dine in the food court and see movies. And I remember every Sunday driving to my grandmother's house, wondering how come this building is still vacant? Why is it still sitting in our community? And other communities don't have to deal with this.
Demolition is expected to take several months and should be complete by next summer. County officials haven't decided what to do with the 145-acre property. The mall officially shut its doors in 2014. It has been empty ever since. Nurses at St. Louis University Hospital, they are back at work today after a one-day strike. They walked the picket line yesterday and into this morning, demanding better safety measures and more staffing. SSM Health and the Nurses Union are expected to head back to the bargaining table October 17th. Nurses say if there's no movement, they'll have a vote on another possible strike. SSM maintains the union has declined to respond or counter its proposals on key wage issues. President Biden will visit striking auto workers in Michigan today. Striking union members outside a Ford plant in Wayne, Michigan will get that visit. Workers are also picketing outside the GM plant in Wentzville. Biden would be the first sitting president to ever join striking workers. He's been vocal about his support for the union. The UAW is asking for a 40% raise. At this point, it appears the automakers have agreed to about half of that. The city of St. Louis continuing its effort to fix its employee shortage at the 911 call center. About a dozen new dispatchers met at City Hall yesterday to start their new jobs. The city's raised pay for its first responders in hopes of attracting new workers. The shortage has led to several reports of delayed emergency response times.
And it is about 12:04 this afternoon. Here we go with another really warm day, and that weather first forecast is dry throughout the day. Still watching the radar and the satellite shot. A few clouds are trying to build across the region. What we're keeping our eyes on is just to the north of us, and we're hoping that we'll get a little bit of rain out of this upper level low that's spinning around Iowa at this point. Let's zoom in a little bit more there, and you can see it's right around Waterloo where that circulation is. There's not a lot of moisture with it, but a lot of the models are now coming to an agreement that as it moves towards southeast Iowa, then due east, following the jet stream, we'll see a chance of showers and storms in here, especially during the overnight hours. In fact, around St. Louis, the chance of rain goes up to about 70% now tonight. So that's some good news. Probably not a lot of rain, but a little bit. 85 degrees right now. It's another very warm to hot day, and that humidity level is 38%. So Kay, coming up, we'll time out that chance of rain and where it may fall.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. The St. Louis Blues host the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight at Enterprise Center. It's a preseason game, and if you're going, you can get a flu shot. 5 on your side, Sydney Stallworth has more on tonight's vaccine clinic.
Before the puck drops down here at the Enterprise Center for tonight's game, you can roll up those sleeves because BJC healthcare workers are going to be on site vaccinating Blues fans for the flu. And this flu clinic comes at a crucial time as we step into fall. Health officials say they're trying to avoid the same triple-demic of COVID, flu, and RSV that we experienced last year. That's why if you have tickets to tonight's game, you can get a flu shot for free. Just come a little bit earlier than the 7 p.m. game time. The flu shot clinic is from 5:15 p.m. until 8 p.m. or until those vaccines run out. BJC workers will be giving shots near portals 22 and 23 of the Enterprise Center. If you don't have tickets to the game, but you still need your flu shot, don't worry. BJC is hosting another flu shot clinic this Saturday, September 30th from 9 to 2. It's at 2 locations, the Siteman Cancer Center in South County on Mid-America Plaza and BJC at the Commons on Clayton Avenue. We checked in with the St. Louis County Department of Public Health, and they tell me they're echoing the CDC by saying now is the best time to get vaccinated for flu for protection through the winter. Now, you do need to register online in advance of that BJC flu shot clinic that I mentioned that's happening on September 30th. You can find a link in the news section of KSDK.com. Now, we did check in with St. Louis County Department of Public Health. I've been following the vaccine rollout in that area for quite some time now. Just 2 weeks ago, the county was only offering a limited supply of flu shots and did not have access to the most recent COVID booster or the RSV vaccine. I checked in with them. They tell me today still no update on their shot supply. Downtown, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on your side.
Concerns about who has access to marijuana, how teens are finding ways to buy products from dispensaries. Plus, a look at how an area city is recovering 2 years after it was hit by a tornado. Developing today, the first of thousands of residents who lost their homes in a wildfire in Maui are returning to their devastated properties. Many can be seen searching for mementos among the ruins. The wildfire swept through the tourist town of Lahaina in August, killing 97 people. The burned area has been off limits to all but authorized workers since the fire. Some are calling on the state government to do more to help their recovery.
This was preventable, and it's unfortunate that it even happened. And a lot of us are sad, and a lot of us, like myself, we're angry. And we're trying to process the best way, and we're trying to be positive.
The governor says it could be 3 months before Lahaina is fully cleared for re-entry. Congress is back at work today with just days to go before a potential government shutdown. September 30th is the deadline. It is fast approaching. Let's take a live look at Capitol Hill, where the House is expected to vote today on a package of government funding bills. Hard-right Republicans are pushing to slash spending, even if it means closing federal offices. Meanwhile, the Senate is trying to stave off a federal closure with its own bipartisan plan for a stopgap measure. The justices of the Supreme Court, they are back in Washington today. 9 of them are meeting in person for their first closed-door conference of the new term. At the so-called long conference, they'll weigh whether to take up roughly 950 cases that have piled up over the last 3 months. History indicates they'll ultimately reject most of them. A warning for parents today. A new study finds nearly 1 in 5 online marijuana dispensaries doesn't ask customers if they're old enough to buy cannabis products. The study also finds more than 80% of dispensaries accept non-traceable methods of payment, and 1/3 of the dispensaries shipped across state lines despite different marijuana laws. Missouri's recreational marijuana law requires buyers and users to be 21 years of age and older. Hollywood writers and studios are closer to a deal. What we know about the tentative agreement and how long before we see our favorite shows return to TV. That's next at noon.
And Kay and everybody at home, 85 right now. We're going into the mid and upper 80s again today. Chances of showers and storms. I'll show you who has the best chance tonight.